Vallal Alagappa, a shining star. The philanthropist par excellence, Dr. R.M. Alagappa Chettiar, the great founder of Alagappa University, was born on 6th April 1909 to Sri Ramanathan Chettiar and Srimati Umayal Achi in KVAL family at Chettiar near Karaikudi, located in South Tamil Nadu. After his primary education at Gurukulam in Chennai, Vallal Alagappa joined Meenakshi Sundareswarar High School at Karaikudi. On his completing school education, he was asked to take up his ancestral business by his father, much against his craving for pursuing higher studies. But respecting his father's wishes, Alagappa set out for Malaysia from Chennai by ship. He developed high fever before reaching Nagapattinam, maybe due to his burning desire for higher studies. Suspecting that he was developing symptoms of smallpox, the naval officer made him allied at Nagapattinam. This was a turning point in Alagappa's life, which enabled him to have further education with his father's permission. In 1925, he joined intermediate class in the well-known Presidency College at Chennai. In spite of losing his father and mother in quick succession, he studied with concerted effort and passed out in first class. He married Srimati Valli Achi, one of his relatives, while receiving education. The girl born was named Umayal in memory of his mother. On the 7th day of delivery, his wife passed away in 1928. Shocked by this loss, Alagappa was forced to a situation to bring up his daughter. Due to pressures by close relatives, he was remarried to Srimati Lakshmi Achi. He joined BA Honours in English in Presidency College, where the renowned Indian philosopher Dr. Radhakrishnan, who was serving the college, came to know of Alagappa. This led to mutual love, respect and admiration. Exposure to such intellectuals was the basis for Alagappa's educational training. At the age of 21, Alagappa became the first youth to receive a PG degree in the money trading community. As he could not clear medical tests meant for Indian civil service aspirants, he joined barrister degree course in the world-renowned Middle Temple Law University. In his spare time, he underwent part-time training in the famous Chartered Bank in London, where he learned the banking business. He also underwent pilot training at Croydon. These exposures abroad made Alagappa adept in multitasking and planning for the future. In 1933, he returned to India after achieving the feats of receiving training in Chartered Bank, obtaining bar at law degree and becoming a licensed pilot, all in 3 years. Though he registered himself as an advocate in the Chennai High Court in 1934, law was not his cup of tea. He wanted to earn money applying the knowledge he gained from training abroad, share market and banking business procedures. Coming to know of the offer of concessions to entrepreneurs offered by Sir R.K. Shanmugam Chettiar, the Diwan of Cochin and the then finance minister, Alagappa generated capital for his investments. He started various textile mills in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. The money he earned through textile business was diverted to stock market, and Alagappa became the uncrowned monarch in this field in Mumbai. While doing business, he ensured the welfare of all labourers by providing educational, medical and residential facilities. He started insurance companies and purchased hotels and managed them efficiently. He also ran an airlines company by the name Jupiter Airways. which carried armory and food materials for the soldiers in the war front as a service to the nation. Alagappa conducted the wedding of his only daughter, Selvi Umayal, on 10 September 1943. Her marriage with Selvan Ramanathan, the only son of his sister Umayal, and her husband Kandanur Vairavan Chettiar, was solemnized in a very grand manner, so far never heard of in South India. Millions of people, including those from Kerala, royal family of Pudukkottai, landlords, government officials and scholars attended the marriage at Kottayur. Special trains were run for this occasion. In order to commemorate his daughter's marriage, Alagappa liberally located several lakhs of rupees for charitable purposes. The donations given by the Vallal for several establishments like colleges, schools, libraries, women and child welfare institutions, organizing conferences, cyclone relief work, research programs, development of Tamil language and similar noble causes, and for construction of buildings for educational institutions, hostels and other charitable causes worked out to several millions of rupees. Unrecorded contributions also were in lakhs of rupees. Alagappa, so far known as the Bar at Law, received the honor of being addressed as Vallal from Raja Sir Annamalai Chettiar. While laying the foundation stone for Alagappa Mandapam, which is an auditorium, Mahatma Gandhi lauded, "There must be a proliferation of such noble-hearted trustees." Though Vallal Alagappa had been offering help in various capacities, he had a long-felt wish to invest his earnings in a permanent field. This wish of his was fulfilled by Dr. A. Lakshmanaswamy Mudaliar, the then Vice-Chancellor of University of Madras, a person greatly admired by Alagappa. While presiding over the centenary celebrations of Srimati Annie Besant on 3rd July 1947, Dr. A. L. Mudaliar lamented the stagnation in higher education sector and said government efforts alone were not enough for the growth of higher education, and therefore those with philanthropic bent of mind should start colleges in backward places. As if driven by a sudden inner spirit, Alagappa walked to the stage and expressed that Mudaliar's speech melted his heart, and as a response to his appeal, he promised to start a college immediately in erstwhile Ramanathapuram district, a backward place, and presented a cheque for rupees 1 lakh. Initially, the college was housed in the municipal office of Karaikudi. He appointed Professor Surya Narayana, the then principal of Presidency College, as the principal of his dream college. It was inaugurated by the then Education Minister, Thiru T.S. Avinashilingam Chettiar. The college began to spread the light of knowledge on the historic day of 15th August when India got its independence. Spread over 650 acres of land, constructions emerged within a month. Buildings worth 10 lakh rupees were declared open by the then Chief Minister, Sri O.P. Ramaswamy Reddyar, on 4th July 1948. With love, charity and service as its motto, Dr. Alagappa Chettiar Arts College came into existence. New courses were added every year. Students from other states and other countries like Sri Lanka and Malaysia joined this college. After establishing himself in the field of education, he got an opportunity to earn a permanent name in the field of science too. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the then Prime Minister of India, initiated a special scheme of establishing science laboratories all over India for carrying out scientific researches, while cities like Kanpur, Mumbai, Delhi, Mysore and Chennai were preferred for this purpose. Vallal Alagappa was keen to establish a laboratory in a rural area like Karaikudi. Electrochemical research was one of the approved projects and he was determined to bring it to Karaikudi. He met Jawaharlal Nehru after patiently waiting until midnight and expressed that if the government planned to start a research laboratory in Karaikudi, which is Central Electrochemical Research Institute, CECRI, he was willing to donate 300 acres of land and 15 lakh rupees as his contribution for the nation and submitted a letter to this effect. Surprised by this act of Alagappa, waiting for the sake of donating, Nehru introduced him to his sister Srimati Vijayalakshmi Pandit as a socialistic capitalist. This historic event needs to be inscribed in golden letters indeed. In 1948, the National Science Research Council accepted the appeal and donation by Alagappa and permitted him to establish the laboratory in Karaikudi itself. On 25th July 1949, Jawaharlal Nehru, the primary architect of independent India, laid the foundation stone. Appreciating the generous contributions by Alagappa, Kalki, a Tamil weekly magazine, commented, "Of the 14 research laboratories in India, none received this much huge fund either from any single individual or from industry except CECRI. The whole of Tamil Nadu should be grateful to this miracle man, Alagappa." This prestigious laboratory was dedicated to the nation on 14th January 1953 in the presence of world-renowned dignitaries like Dr. Radhakrishnan, Sir C.V. Raman, Dr. A.L. Mudaliar, Dr. S.S. Bhatnagar and Sir C.P. Ramaswamy Iyer. It was a feast to the eyes to see Alagappa sitting in the middle of these inspiring personalities. In 1948, he founded Ramanujam Mathematics Center in his Chennai house, Krishna Vilas, appointing Professor Vijayaraghavan as its director. This center was housed in the CECRI campus. Later on, it was handed over to the University of Madras. When Dr. D.S. Reddy, the State Director of Education, visited Alagappa College on 2nd September 1949, he made a request to start a teacher training college in view of the government's plan for expansion of high schools all over the country, creating a necessity for trained teachers. Alagappa swung into action and on 27 July 1950, the Chancellor of Mysore, Dr. C.R. Reddy, inaugurated the Teacher Training College. I.N. Menon, a well-known professor from Cochin royal family, was appointed the first principal of this college. Alagappa constructed a stadium in the Arts College campus, which was named after King Bhavanagar, his close friend and the governor of the state. It was declared open by Sri Lakshmanaswamy Mudaliar on 22nd February 1952. To unveil the portrait of Sri A.L. Mudaliar, he invited Dr. Bhatnagar. Alagappa was sentimentally attached to the stadium and reserved a room for his use. When Jawaharlal Nehru laid the foundation stone for CECRI, Alagappa publicly stated that it was his dream to start an engineering college immediately. A college was started and applied to the University of Madras for permission. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, President of India, laid the foundation stone for the engineering college, and it started functioning on 19th February 1952. This institution is a top-ranking college. He founded Alagappa Montessori School in 1953, which was inaugurated by Tavattiru Kundrakudi Adigalar. In 1954, commemorating his close friend Thiru MCTM Chidambaram Chettiar, he established a children's school at Purasavakkam, Chennai. For liberating women from subjugation, he started a women's college in his own home, Srinivas. On 21st July 1954, the Union Finance Minister Sri Chintamani Deshmukh inaugurated the Alagappa Women's College, and his wife, a social worker, laid the foundation for new buildings. In his capacity as the head of the Primary Education Reforms Committee, Alagappa started a primary school and a basic school on 15th November 1955 with the intention of reforming the education system. On 15th November 1955, he started a polytechnic college which was inaugurated by Jaya Chamaraja Wadiyar, the king of Mysore, in the presence of the state governor Sri Prakasa. Having a keen interest in making the physical education college as one of the world-class institutions with state-of-the-art training methods, he identified one Mr. Robson and deputed him to Springfield Physical Education University as a research scholar. In the same year, he started a music school. The honors and awards conferred on Alagappa are innumerable. In 1943, Annamalai University honored him with a doctorate degree. The British government conferred knighthood in 1946, honoring him as the Young Warrior, the youngest Indian to receive this. He renounced the award after independence. Appreciating Alagappa's competency in several domains and his excellent managerial capacities, the Government of India honored him with the prestigious Padma Bhushan Award on 27th January 1957. Inspired by great intellectuals like Bharat Ratna Dr. Visvesvaraya, Alagappa dreamed of a university in the campus of Alagappa colleges. He visualized formation of Alagappa University, combining Alagappa group of institutions. He visited New Delhi to participate in the executive committee meeting of National Science Laboratories on 14th March 1956 with his plan for establishing a university in Karaikudi, prompting the central government to initiate the plan. He contacted several leaders including Jawaharlal Nehru. Unfortunately, while climbing down the stairs, talking with his friends, he slipped off and developed fracture in his leg. On 26th March 1956, he was brought to Chennai, after which he was completely bedridden. On 5th April 1957, his soul left his physical abode at his Krishna Vilas home in Vepari, Chennai. The last rites were performed in Karaikudi, and thousands of students and public paid their last respects. The one who considered happiness of thousands of students as his own donated millions of rupees for noble causes, gifted his own house, earned money only for the purpose of giving, never reserved anything for himself. This great benefactor's dream came true in the form of Alagappa University, which now stands as a classic example of inclusive rural higher education, admired by the academicians and the public.